Hi everyone. Here we are in week number 5 of Camp Corona, and I hope everyone is hanging in there. I was thinking the other day about we're all obviously trying to find our new normal, or maybe you have settled into a new normal, but many of our homes, our living rooms have been turned into offices or schools or even yoga studios. And I've talked to a friend the other day and she was saying, the highlight of my day is changing from my day sweats into my night sweats, or going for a walk, or my next meal. And while a good portion of the population has all this extra time, there's another good portion that are, the essential workers that are keeping things going. And we send blessings and prayers to them because I know it's very taxing for a lot of people. But regardless, I believe that we're all kind of living in this liminal space right now, the space in between where we were and where we're going, and we're not quite sure what that is. And so I think we're all in many ways in waiting mode. And the art of waiting is something that few of us have mastered. I know it's challenging for me. And so I found this beautiful reading the other day from the author Rebecca Campbell and wanted to share this with you. True waiting comes when you are in the in-between. You know where you are is not where you're going, and yet where you're going has not yet been revealed. You are in the change, in the in-between. It is in this uncertainty that the only thing certain is that things are not clear. And when you find yourself here, all you can do is set up camp to wait and listen. If you give yourself the gift of this inner winter, you will be able to save your precious resources: time, worry, confusion, planning, pushing, controlling, bending to your will. All are wasted during this in-between. For when you are in between, your only option is to wait it out, to trust that perhaps you do not need to be busy for things to be being done, that perhaps things are being woven into the fabric of life on your behalf, that perhaps you are one note in the great orchestra of life. And when the time is right, the great universal conductor will let you know when it's your turn to once again be sung. But for now, we bunker down in the in-between, and we wait and we listen. So I'm going to move on back to my mat now, and we'll center together and get our yoga on. And we'll drop in to our breath first and foremost this evening. For inside of the breath, there's 2 pockets of peace, and I think of them as liminal space, the space in between the breath. So notice your breath in, and then hold it in for a moment, pausing in that liminal space, and then exhale it slowly out, and hold it out. And now we'll do that in 4 counts. This is called box breath. I actually read this week that this is what they teach the Navy SEALs, and it's been in the yoga practice for thousands of years. So inhaling 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhaling 2, 3, 4, hold empty 2, 3, 4, breathing in 2, 3, 4, pause and hold 2, 3, 4, breathing out 2, 3, 4, pause and hold 2, 3, 4, again in when you're ready 2, 3, 4, hold it, breathing out 2, 3, Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Let the breath return to its natural state. Take a moment just to feel your body sitting in stillness. In all the pockets of stillness in our practice, it's training for us in life to be patient, to learn to linger and be okay in the in-between space. So as we practice tonight, notice all the little in-between spaces, the transitions from posture to posture, and the spaces that link them together. Now joining your hands in front of your heart, bowing towards the heart. May this practice be infused with grace tonight, and may it contribute to our health and well-being. Lifting your head, release your hands, let your eyes open. And let's start in a standing position. I'm going to adjust the camera here just a moment. Up a little bit, there we go. So we're going to do a stretch, drop, and shake. So bring your arms to your side. Stretch your left arm above you. Just reach as high as you can. Spread your fingers wide. I don't think you can see my hand on there, but spread your fingers wide. Stretch really high. And then let the arm just drop. Boom, let it drop and shake it out. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, shake it, shake it, shake it. And then do the other side. So stretch high, spread your fingers wide. Feel the side body grow long. And then drop it, boom, and shake it out. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, shake it all out. And let's do both arms at the same time now. So bring both arms up, stretch high, fingers wide, stretch up higher. And drop them both, and shake them both out. Now if you need to hold a wall in this next one, do so. We're going to balance on one leg in frog pose. So bring the right leg up, hold the foot. You can use the arm out in front or hold on to something and feel the opening down the front of your thigh there. Lengthening up through your spine. Now we're just going to let the leg drop. Let it drop and shake it out. Shake it, shake it, shake it all the way. All right, let's do the other side. So bring it on up. Knee beside knee. Draw the heel towards your bottom, roll your shoulder back. I'm just pausing here. Connecting to breath. And then drop it and shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. No Elvis yoga tonight. We did that last week. A lot of shaking. All right, we're coming down to the mat now. And if you remember back just a few years ago when you were a baby, you laid on your back or your stomach for the first several months of your life, and that's where you started to build enough core strength to sit up. So we're going to start from that very subtle but effective place of reclining on our backs. And then I want you to lift your legs up and then just start to move the legs randomly. So they might go out and around. Once you get the legs going, start to add the arms. So it seems maybe a little silly, but it's a way to tap into the intelligence of your core, as it has to support the weight of your limbs randomly moving around. So try not to stay in the same pattern, but kind of trick your core, like, what's going on? What do you need from me now? So move around just a little bit more, warming up deeply and gently. Good, and then find a place of stillness. Bring both knees into your chest, give them a hug. And then from here, hold your kneecaps and push your knees away from you. Start to open your legs wide. Draw them back towards your chest and circle together, please. Press forward, open, back, and together. So this is like a cat-cow in the low back. You can feel that happening as you continue the circular pattern. You might connect it with your breath. Inhale forward, exhale as the legs come back. One more time. And now bring your legs into tabletop position. Flex your feet for abdominal bracing and make a little pocket of space under your low back. Place the hands on your thighs. We know now to squeeze the thighs and traction them up a little, and then gently press forward. Now you might feel a deeper awakening of your abdominals as you gently press the thighs. Not too hard. We want to get into the deeper muscles, not so much the hip flexors. So if you press too hard, you're going to fire up the part that we want to make be a little more relaxed. But holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then open your knees and bring your knees towards your shoulders. Just stretch on in. Bringing the legs back out, a variation this time. So you're going to press both hands on your right thigh, engage your abdomen, and then from there extend your left leg out and holding the little gentle pressure both up and forward on your right thigh. Holding here. If this is too much on your back, of course, just bring the leg in. And then we're going to make a change with this extended leg. Do start to bend it. And then very slowly, just see about letting your left big toe touch the floor very lightly. Just holding there, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring both knees in for just a moment, and then come back to that tabletop position for the second side. So engage your abdomen, both hands on the left leg, please. Extend the right leg straight on out. You can pick whatever height feels right for you. Holding, and notice if you're holding your breath. It's common to do here. And then from here, just start to bend your right leg really slow and let the big toe come down, lightly touch the mat with it. So you're not putting any weight in it. You're just very lightly touching the mat, holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the knees on in. This time, open your legs to happy baby pose and either hold the ankles or the feet and rock side to side, getting a little more massage and blood flow into the muscles of the back. And then pausing in the middle, bring your feet to the ground and pause here. Notice this liminal space, like here we are between whatever we just did and wherever we're going, and we're okay being here. Pausing. And then notice if you're not okay. Notice if it's like, hurry up, let's get on to the next thing. Extending both legs long. Take a moment to stretch your arms over your head, big long stretch. And now we're going to bend the left leg and cross the ankle over top of the right thigh. And then just let the leg fall wherever it will naturally fall. Holding there. And now bend your right leg and put the foot on the floor. As you hold in this shape, actively press your left ankle against your right thigh. And as you stay committed to that consistent pressure, just notice what you might feel. And then you can stay here or bring your arms up and down by your chest, or by your pelvis, excuse me. Lift your chest, and you can begin to lift your pelvis into a bridge pose in this position. Keep pressing your ankle against your thigh and extend your left knee outward. Extend your whole thigh outward. Press through your arms, your shoulders, your head, all equally, and feel your right buttock wake up. Bring it online. And then very slowly lower on down and extend your left leg long. Cross your right ankle over and stretch your arms over your head. Pause here and let your right knee just fall. And then begin to bend your left leg, place your foot on the floor. From here, actively press your right ankle into your thigh. And then you can stay here. This might be just where you want to be, or the arms come down, preparing to lift your hips up now into bridge pose with figure four legs. So you're going to keep pressing your ankle down. Press down through your hands, your arms, your shoulders, and even the back of your head. It's all going to assist you in staying up. Notice your left glute, see if it's in the game here. It should be. Let's hold one more breath. And then slowly lower on down. Bring your knees into your chest. We're going to transition now to the hands and knees. So roll to whichever side works for you and come on up. Coming to your hands and knees. And from here, I'll turn this direction, it might be better. So set up as you normally do, and what I'd like you to do is engage. So let's lift the right leg first, lift it into a 90-degree angle, and then look at your right hand, just really claw the floor, straight, strong arm. Take your left hand on your abdomen, so it's like your thumb is on your rib cage and your pinky finger spreading down to your navel region, and then use the hand as a reminder to draw up. So you stay connected, your ribs are collecting back up into your body, and just hold here. Oftentimes we bring the arm out, but for tonight, we're gonna just keep it as a reminder right here. Good, and then release down. Let's do the other side. Bring the left leg back, fold it in half, draw up through your core, and use the right hand to assist you as a reminder. So holding here. If you feel like you've got the core engaged, then maybe connect to your left glute. See if you can press your heel up a little bit more there. Get a little more action, a little more participation. And then release. So now we're going to take and put our left hand behind our head. So left hand behind the head. And you're going to draw the core up. And see if you can draw your left shoulder blade onto your back more. And now push strong through your right arm and start to twist and peek and open up to your left. So try to lift your left elbow up. It's getting into the upper thoracic, upper back that's kind of stiff on many of us, and then come back down. Let's do that again. And lift your elbow up and turn. Open your elbow, lift, and come back down. And only one more time. You're gonna press really strong through your right arm. Push the floor away as you turn and open. And come back. Interesting sensation there, huh? So bring your right hand behind your head. Draw up through your core. Draw your right shoulder blade on your back. And then start to just twist and open. You may notice one side easier than the other. Such is the case. And then come back down. And second time, press the floor away with your left arm as you twist and open. And look back at the floor. Third and last time, press and open. So this is a nice rotation. And then come back down, hands to floor. Open your knees and sit back to a child's pose. And just give yourself permission to pause in this liminal space, in the space in between. Enjoy your breath there, head on the forehead, on the hands, deep breath into the back. Now please rise. Coming up to all fours position once again. I'm going to turn this way this time. Inhale, come forward into a cow, and exhale, round slowly into a cat pose. Again, inhale, cow. Try to draw your hands back towards your knees here. And then as you exhale, try to push your hands down and forward. Now come to neutral and take your left leg off to the side like so. So your toes are faced out. And then from here, walk your hands back and come up to this position. Kind of looks like a kneeling warrior. I jokingly call this floyer, you know, warrior two, floyer two. So we're going to lunge deep into the front leg here, a little deeper than we might normally go in a warrior. So just lunge and then come back out of it. And again, lunge and come back out. Now let's pause and incorporate a little more integration and strength. Drag your heel and your knee a little bit isometrically towards each other. So draw in, feel that, keep that strength as you lunge. So it's going to be slower, more integrated. Hold, you're going to cultivate more strength by keeping this action. And now bring your forearm to the thigh. Take the top arm over. Check in, are my legs still strong? Are they still pulling in? Or did I just collapse? So see if you can keep that. And now we're going to gate pose. So come up. If you need a block, grab it quick and put it under your left hand, or your right hand out here, excuse me. And then extend, come onto your heel, and the top arm can float over. So I'm going to give you some options here. You can stay right here and breathe and enjoy this. If you want to explore the next option, lift your right leg, or your left leg, excuse me. Hold there, keep forgetting I'm mirroring you. And you can stay here or bend your top leg, reach back and find your foot. Draw the heel towards your bottom, roll your top shoulder back, look up if you want, and press that top knee long. Reach out to the leg. And then release, trace your tracks. Come back to this, it's like a half moon. And then lower down and up you go. Bring your legs together and come back to hands and knees. Inhale, forward up into cow pose. Exhale, round, push the hands down and forward in cat. Come back to neutral. And now the opposite side, bring your leg out. And if it doesn't turn all the way out, just turn it slightly in, just see what works. Come upright. And let's just do 2 regular lunges where we just go out and come back in and out and come back in. And now let's do the strength builders. So we draw in with foot and knee. Notice, can I keep that action as I lunge? I might not lunge as deep, but your legs and all the muscles and connective tissue feel safer now. So you're going to get a more safe stretch. Then bring that arm over and extend the top arm up. Hold here. I don't know about you, but I can feel my legs really working. If you keep drawing in. And now from here we come up, lean over into gate pose, please. Come onto the heel. Now you know that there are options here. You can just stay here, breathe, and really enjoy that nice full body stretch. You can lift your top leg. You could bend your top leg, bring the heel in and roll the shoulder back and look up. So many options. And then retrace your tracks. If you went there, reach the leg out, touch the foot down, up you go, and bring your legs together. And from here, we're gonna come into a regular vanilla downward facing dog. So please take your time, bring your hands in front of your shoulders, and lift on up to the first dog tonight. Start to pedal the legs as we normally do, taking some time to explore and feel. And now lower your knees down to the mat. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. We're going to do a hip pattern here. So We already did this connection at the beginning of class, so we'll revisit that. So bring your hand here and draw up and maintain that. And then keeping that, lift your right leg up behind you into this position again. Now here's the hip pattern. It starts here, then you're gonna open your knee out to the side of just a little bit. It's kind of like a dog in a fire hydrant here. And now from here, I like to curl my other toes under. From here, start to drift the leg across your body. So this is wild dog, but we're not in downward dog right now, but that idea. So the leg starts to cross over the midline. But then what I really want you to do is stop and say, what happened here? Like, I completely let go. So what if I can keep this strong, and then I have more support from my back, and then this might not be as far over, but at least I'm more integrated, and it's a safer opening for the center. Oh yeah, and then come back down and release. Let's do the other side. So first draw up through your abdomen, and then lift the left leg up in a 90-degree angle. Keep the abs, keep your focus there. Start to lift the knee out, open it to the side. And then be mindful of your core as the leg starts to drift across the midline of your body. So sometimes it helps to look down and just think baby cat pose, round the back ever so slightly. Ooh, you should feel your left glute kicking in there. And come back to center and down. All right, from here, let's take the hands forward and let's do that in downward facing dog. So lift your hips on up as you're ready. I think we'll be starting with the right side, so I'm going to turn this way. So pause here for a moment and remember that we're focusing on that connection through the middle. Draw your core, your abs up, and then float your right leg up to wherever it wants to go tonight. Extend it long. A reminder to keep your shoulders moving forward, please, towards your wrists. Then bend your right leg, pause and say, what's happening in the middle? Can I engage my abdomen? Because I want to be strong there. Keeping that, can I lift the knee off to the side like a dog fire hydrant? And then stage 3, can I start to take the leg across? Really press dynamically out through your right heel. And then say, what if I collect my ribs back up into my body just a little bit more? Ooh. And then come back with control back through the stages. Here's the fire hydrant. Here's the 90-degree. Here's the straight leg. And lower to the floor. Knees come down. Between sides, walk your hands back and interlace your fingers behind your back. Shoulders roll back. Lift the chest. Deep breath. Just pausing here in between sides. And then bring your arms back on out, please. Back into downward facing dog. This time the left leg gets its shining moment. So we'll start to connect through the hands, and when you're ready, slowly float the left leg on up and try to push your hips back a little bit. In the middle, draw up through your core, bend the left leg, open it out, knee comes outward like a dog in a fire hydrant. And then make a concerted effort to take it up and over and across. Did you lose the connection in the middle? Find it. Breathing, stretching, pressing out through your heel. Back through the stages, so we'll come back into fire hydrant and then turn it into 90 degrees. And then straighten it and lower on down. Knees to the ground. Come on up. Hands interlaced behind you. So at this point, if you are in the center of your mat, just walk back a little bit. You do want your toes still on the mat, but if you are more towards the front, just walk back a little. All right, so we're gonna do this sequence that's really beneficial for us. Try not to use your hands, but if you need to, of course, do so. You might, if you have blocks, you might even have them off to the sides. So bring the hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. I'm pretty sure you can just follow along. We'll take the first one quite slow so you'll know. So let your feet go flat, and we're gonna start with the right leg. So bring the right leg forward. So we're gonna try to do this without our arms if possible. And from here, curl your back toes under. We're gonna come up to crescent. So lift the back leg and hold right here. Press your head back into your hands really strong so you can open up into a little gentle back bend. And then incorporate that strong core as you start to shift your weight forward and lift your back leg up and hold here. You can stay here or reach down and hold the leg and extend it. And then bring the leg back in. Bring your hands back behind your head. See if you can retrace now, step back, find that lunge position, crescent pose. And tall through your spine, lower the back knee down. Gently, use your hands if you need to, and then step the right leg back. How'd we do? Let's do the second side. I'm sure you did fantastic. So we're gonna start here. Bring your left leg forward. Curl your back toes under, lift up and pause. Lengthen through the spine, lean back. Strong pressure with your head into your hands. That also helps you draw your ribs down in. Then from here, we're gonna start to shift forward. Push off the back leg as you bring the right leg up. Flex and hold. You can hold a wall at any time, stay here, or extend the front leg. And then bending, hands come back behind the head. Behind you go, down, tall with your spine. Slow, take the elevator down, nice and slow to the floor, and then bring the leg on back. Good job, and release your arms. All right, so we're gonna come up to a standing, oh no, we're gonna come to the floor. Yay, this is my new favorite thing. This feels so good. So you're gonna be rolling on the floor a lot and exploring different patterns with the body, and this is so good for the health of our brain. You always hear me talking about creating new neural pathways. If we always do the same yoga postures, you know this, we just get the same benefits. It's like eating the same meal every day. We need to change it up to get different vitamins and nutrients. So this might be, it should be some new patterning for us all, and it's really good for our bodies to feel different things in our practice. So come on down to the mat. And we always talk a lot about core, and because we're forward beings, we tend to think this is our only core, but of course you guys know that the back is just as important. That's part of the core, it's a full cylinder. So this is gonna focus more on the back and the buttocks, the hamstrings. So start by stacking the hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands. So the movement's gonna be a simplistic movement, but we have lots to incorporate here. So do what you've been doing all class. Engage your abdomen, so draw up and slight tone in your buttocks. Your forehead is down. And then just lift your right thigh up off the floor. So lift your whole right leg and hold it there. It's lifting and it's extending long. And just notice how this feels right now. So I'm going to give you something to change it in a moment, but just hold and lengthen. Keep holding and focus on the breath. This is core work. And then lower your right leg down. And now second side, engage your abdomen if you let it go, and lift the left leg. So it doesn't have to be super high, but just lift it, keep it strong and growing longer. And holding, let your mind drop into the breath, the sound of your breath. All right, so I want you to feel the difference this time. I'm going to add one more thing in here. When we lift the right leg, I want you to focus on the left leg. Firmly, firmly pressing your left leg down, and see how that makes a difference. So head down, engage your abdomen and your buttocks, and now lift your, press into your left leg. Put your attention there. Left leg is pushing down through the mat continually as you lift your right leg. Left leg pressing down stronger. Right leg might feel a little lighter. Just keep pressing down through the left leg. Holding. Left leg is like super glued to the floor. And then release the right leg. Good, I hope you felt that. It helps. Engage your abdomen, tone your buttocks, and now right leg, press it down really strong. Make it a big impression in your mat with your right leg, and then let the left leg float up because the right leg is pressing down with such commitment. Breathing. And lower down. Awesome. Come up onto your forearms. Coming into Sphinx pose for a Sphinx roll. And from here, start with your chin. Begin to curl the chin down. Feel your sternum move back, your ribs move back. And now start to lift your pelvis and your thighs. We're going to stay on the knees for this variation, please. And now try to drag your elbows and your knees towards each other. Feel that kick in. Elbows pull back, knees pull forward. Keeping that, can you slowly lift your head and extend through your spine really long without losing that connection in the front line? And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down through your thighs first with control through the pelvis and abdomen and all the way down to the chest. And then just stack your hands for a moment, turn your head to one side or the other, and pause for 2 slow breaths. And now we begin a whole lot of rolling going on here. So this time, I'm going to ask you to take your right hand and put it right here beside your chest on the floor, and keep your left forearm just like it was. Bend your right leg, flex the foot, and now we're going to press into the right arm and just slowly start to roll to your left. Extend the leg on behind you, kind of like a wild dog. I warmed you up for this. And maybe the toes touch the floor behind you, maybe they don't. Just see where the leg will go. And now we're going to come back the same way. So just slowly roll back, lower the pelvis down, and release. And let's do that on the second side. So this is phase 1. So bring your right arm forward, left arm to your side. And from here, you're going to start to bend your left leg, start to lift and roll slowly over, and then just let the leg extend back wherever it will go behind you. Holding here. And then slowly come back. All the way down. Awesome. And now come up onto your forearms and bring your right leg forward like a mountain climber. From here, you'll have different places that you can go to, so listen to your back. I want you to focus on your left leg like we did when we were laying flat on our stomach. So really press your left leg down strong. And then you're going to start, you can move this top arm, your right arm back, and start to twist and look over your right shoulder. Now see how that feels right here. If you want to explore a little more depth, you could start to straighten your left arm too and twist just a little more, bringing your left ribs around. Really press the top of the straight leg down as you twist over. It's great to get into the psoas muscle, that deep hip flexor. Ooh, but you'll feel it where you need it. And then come back down and release. Bring your right leg down. And the second side now. Bring your left leg up. Come onto your forearms here. And from here, We'll bring the left hand down a little bit and just start to twist. So start easy here. And if you choose to explore, you could start to stretch the other arm a little straighter and just keep twisting. And the right leg is pressing down strong as you turn and look over your left shoulder. And then slowly come back down. All right, bring it down. Okay, are you ready for the next one? It gets a little wilder. So we did wild dog. Now we're gonna move towards wild thing, but in a very different way. So follow along with me, here we go. So we're starting back here. We're gonna move the right hand back by this chest and bend the right leg. We did this earlier, but we're moving on now. So we're gonna lift the leg and roll over to the left side. You can stay here or start to press yourself on up to a seat and put your leg just like this so it's up. Slide your back hand in and stretch up really tall through the free arm here. Flex the foot and start to bend forward wherever you are comfortable. It might be out here, it might be reaching down to the foot. Just bend down. And then inhale, stretch back up, reach really high. And exhale. So you can continue this pattern here, down and up, or hold. I'm gonna give you the option of wild thing now. So if you wanna go there, come with me. You're gonna come up, adjust your back hand, move it back with fingers back. Go to the little toe side of your straight leg, and now up you go with your hips. And then you can stretch up here, or start to lean back. Lean way back. Breathe. Big wild thing. Juju. You make my heart sing. Awesome. And then come back down slowly. We're going to roll out of this. So bring your hand on down and roll down to your stomach. Good job. All right, let's do the second side. Bring your right arm forward. Left hand by your chest. Bend your left leg. Roll to your right side. Press yourself up to a seated position. Move your back arm in. So your knee is up here. Stretch the arm up. Reach over and pause. Stretch the arm up. Reach high. Fold forward. Now you're welcome to stay here or moving towards wild thing. You're going to take the right hand, move it back, turn to the pinky toe side of your straight leg, and then use both legs to lift up, open. You can reach the arm, stretch back to wild thing. Oh, make sure you're breathing. And arriving back down on your hip. Slowly roll back down to your stomach. Home base. And from here, press back to a child's pose. Let yourself land in that pausing space and simply feel. Maybe your heart's beating a little faster. Take a moment to feel there. And then lifting on up from that child's pose. So because I think we're really open for this, we're gonna go there tonight. I hadn't planned on it, but we have time and I think it would be fun to try. So we're gonna be doing that deep chest opener. We give you places to stop along the way, but we're also gonna add a quad stretch. It's gonna look like, at some point, it's gonna look like you're laying on your side doing dancer pose. Envision that one. So it looks like, can I show you? It might be helpful to see that this is what we're working towards, but I have stages to get you there. So this one arm will be not straight out, but slightly up. And we'll go there in stages, but here's the option. We'll bend, and then we'll start to roll. And it's gonna feel different now with this arm straight. So for some of us, this is perfect. We'll stay here. Watch closely, watch my back hand here. For others, you might wanna bring your hand down and find your foot. Here's that dancer pose variation where you kick back, and you could even lift your head a little and twist a little. So just some craziness there that might feel good, but you can stop along the way. So I'll come back now and take you with me. Take your right arm out to the side, unless you already did it, slightly up a little bit, and bend your left leg. So stage one is just roll and hold and let your shoulder receive the opening. So as you twist, bring the leg behind you, really press down firmly through the palm of your right hand. Ooh, that's a deep opening through your bicep, your shoulder. And now you might want to stay here. Another way to deepen this is to just press down through your left hand and lift your chest slightly off the floor as you twist to your left. That might be a place to stay. If you want to explore the other option that I showed you, let your head come down. Slide your right hand down to find your foot. And if you don't find your foot, that's okay too. Just see where you're at. If you find your foot, kick it back into your hand. And turn and look up a little. And then release and roll on back to your stomach. Pretty trippy, huh? Let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around here. So take your left arm out slightly at a diagonal, and then from here, press the palm down, right hand to your side. Bend your right leg and slowly start to roll. We're just going to pause here and let, ooh, this side's tighter. Let the shoulder receive some love here. Breathing. Press your left palm down firmly. And if you're up for exploring, remember I said you could lift your chest a little bit and turn to the right. That deepens the stretch out through the arm. Wow. Or you could also slide your hand down and find your foot and kick back and turn and open. Oh, that feels yummy. And your bottom leg might move forward a little bit to counterbalance you. And then come on back. Oh. And then from here, come on up. Let's do this variation of child's pose where the hips stay high. Come to your forearms, please. Let your head bow and invite a lumbar curve to rest in your low back. And just breathe slow and steady. And then walk your hands back to your legs and come upright. And make your way up to a standing position. So we're going to alternate between two positions in a strengthening balance pose. So stand on your left leg. Here's position one. You're going to make fists with your hands, and the action of your arms is going to be pushing down. So you're really putting some downward energetic force as you round your back. Okay? And then from there, the arms are going to go up. Okay, so that's the arms. Push down and up. Okay? The leg is going to go from here to here with those arms. Okay, let's try it slow. We'll do it twice on the same side. So balancing on your left leg, bring your right knee up, round and push down. So feel the core pull up in. And then slow and steady, your arms are going to come up. Woo, as the leg comes behind you, draw your ribs in. And then one more time, come down, press down, bring your knee way up towards your nose, push, push, push the floor away. And then rise and bring it on up behind you. Of course, you can hold the wall, you know that. And then bring the leg and arms down. Awesome, let's do the second side. Stand on your right foot. Little bend in your standing knee. And here we go. We're going to lift the left leg, push down, really push down to pull up through your core. Pausing, maybe you can bring the knee up a little closer or your nose down a little closer. And then move slow, gradual, steady. The arms are going to float up as the leg is behind you. It's like you're pushing your foot into a wall behind you. And then once again, changing position, bring the knee up, push, 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 push down, round your back into cat pose, and standing up slowly. Whoa, reach on up, kick your foot back, and hands to heart center. Pause here in Tadasana. Let your eyes close. Let yourself find rest in this liminal space. We are, for the most part, as a culture, as a society, in a waiting period, waiting to see where will we be going? How will things be changed? Release your hands, let your eyes open, and come on down to the mat. So we're gonna do our last pose, our last active pose here, and then we'll start to wind down. And this is a fun exploration with boat pose. So I'll give you options, but before we go to boat, we have to take a step back in time to where we were at the beginning. I want you to come onto your back and just try on a bicycle again. So this time it is just straight forward, just bicycle your legs. Just want you to do this for a little bit. And you can go slow or you could go a little faster. So that action is going to come into play inside of boat pose. All right, so now rock on up or push yourself up however you'd like. And we're going to do a bent leg boat. Try to keep the shape. So we're going to lift your shins parallel to the ceiling. You're welcome to keep a hold of your legs, no problem there. And now see if you can keep this shape as you roll back just to your shoulders. So the head's not going to touch. I like to tuck the chin down slightly. So it looks like this. You're going to roll to the shoulders and come back to boat. Lift up tall through your spine. You can keep a hold of your legs or you can let go of your legs. You choose. Roll just to the shoulders, the upper back, and come back up. Keep going. It's a rolling boat. And come back up. And now here's what's going to happen. You're going to start pedaling your legs. You're going to pedal your way on down to boat and pedal your way back up to boat. And pedal your way on down to boat. Pedal your way on up. The up is the hard part, I think. And back down. And whoa, make yourself come up. We're going to do one more. And down. And up. Whoa, there we go. And hold. Lengthen up through your spine. And toes tap down. Fantastic. So from here, start to wind down. Bring your feet out in front of you, further away from your pelvis. And cross one ankle on top of the other. Doesn't matter which one, just remember. So you have one ankle on top, the feet are away from you. So lengthen up through your spine. And then imagine there's a string attached to your heart. Someone's pulling your chest ever so slightly forward. And you can notice what you're feeling. And from that place of feeling, make a wise choice. Do I stay here or will my body allow me to go any further? You could reach the arms. You could start to lengthen and release down a little. Once you're in whatever position you are, start to move your torso side to side a little. So just sway it side to side. And then making your way up, switch sides. So remember what foot's on top, just switch the other one over. And from here, flex the feet a little, lengthen up tall. I can feel right here, if I really work at it, I can attempt to get a little curve in the low back. It feels really nice. And then you can choose to come forward a little or just wherever it's comfortable for you. You can rock or sway your torso side to side. Sometimes I like to go low and then come up high. There's no right or wrong, just whatever feels right for you. And then making your way up and extend your legs on out. I'm going to turn sideways. Let your left leg go straight and just bring your right knee back. You're going to twist to your right, so hold the leg with your left hand, bring your right hand behind you, lengthen up through your spine, and then turn to your right, rising higher with your inhale, and see about the twist when you exhale. One more deep breath. And then inhale, come back. And as you switch your legs, right leg out, left leg back, hold on, and prop yourself up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, begin to turn gradually. And next inhale, see about a little more length. Exhale, awareness to the twist. One more deep breath. And then coming back to center. And let's extend both legs out again. I want to stretch out through your hips. We did a lot of glute work, the leg work. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and then hands behind you, and bring your back leg in, your left leg in. Lengthen up through your spine. And as we did earlier, press your shin firmly against your thigh bone and stretch nice and tall. And then even here, you could explore letting the hips subtly sway side to side. And coming home to center, and let's make a switch. So cross your left ankle over, bring your leg on in, and start to move side to side. Many of us have been out walking more, walking and biking, and so there are muscles that are definitely getting stronger, but also with that comes a little bit of extra tightness. So it's good that we keep it balanced with a nice yoga practice or two. And coming to the middle. So now at this point, you can either just recline right on your back for Shavasana, or if you have located a wall that's in your space and you want to lay down, you'll just bring yourself next to your wall, lay down and swing your legs up or legs up the wall. This is a nice option. The benefits are different here than they are in Shavasana, so it's always good to alternate between poses, to not do the same one every time. So for here, just let your legs be comfortable and make sure your bottom is not against the wall. It puts a little more strain on the hamstrings and your nervous system can't relax. And we want the nervous system to be able to really recalibrate now and relax. So either stay here or recline on your back in Shavasana. I'll come to a seated position to hold space for this time. We'll give you a few moments there to get connected and comfortable. And really welcoming the nourishment of this stillness, this most important part of the practice. Letting the wisdom of your body, wisdom of your soul absorb this time where you practice being open and receptive and still. Zero your awareness in on your eyes, and specifically under your eyelids, the eyeballs. Just picture or imagine or give permission for the eyeballs to just sink back deeper into the sockets. And picture behind the eyeballs these amazing optic nerves, all the little nerves that attach to the eyeballs and go way back in, travel back into the depths of your brain, center of your brain. With awareness deep inside, just imagine your thinking brain slowing down a little bit. Maybe you've been over-processing, over-planning, worrying lately. Just give it time to pause and rest. And then staying in the head region, drop your attention down to the cavity of the mouth, way deep inside, the base of your tongue, the back of your mouth. Think of the base of your tongue getting heavy, relaxing. Let that feeling travel out all the way to the tip of your tongue. So it completely releases to the floor of your mouth. And then back to the hinge of the jaw on both sides. Bring awareness there as you slightly lower your bottom lip away from your top lip. Just a little tiny opening to let the jaw pressure release. Eyes are heavy. Mind is unwinding. Tongue is relaxed. Jaw is released. Moving down from the jaw to the neck and the shoulders. Relaxing shoulders and arms and hands. Feeling openness across your chest and down into the abdomen. The abdomen be soft. Feel the muscles of your back relaxing. And down into the hips and pelvis. And all the way down your legs to the tips of your toes. Welcoming a state of peace and calm. As you rest in this liminal space between the end of your practice and eventually moving back into your world and your responsibilities. You're still lingering right now in that space. Enjoy. may already be that space of deep relaxation. If your mind is deterring you from that, I invite you to go back to the box breath we did at the beginning of class. Breath in for 4, and maybe hold it for 6 or 8 counts, and then out for 4. So holding those spaces a little longer. Staying with the stillness, just a few more minutes. Now begin to deepen your breath. Start to feel your mind and your body come back online. Wiggling, moving as you wish. Starting to bend your knees towards your chest, rolling off to your right side, making your way up to your final seat. And once you arrive there, just sit tall and close your eyes. And joining hands in front of heart, and bowing. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. The light in my heart bows to the light in each of yours. Namaste.